So welcome to our very, very first So Totally Nostalgic. Did you like that opening?
I was about to just say, oh my gosh, that picture of you with the snow boots and the denim skirt is one of my favorite pictures.
You caught that. I was trying to sneak it in.
I was like,
because I think it's funny because I always thought I had really good fashion sense, but it turns out that was wrong, like very wrong. And so now I realize like
that's true.
I realize now as like a 30 something, I will not disclose what year, that I really didn't know how to match. And especially like in the early 2000s when fashion got like really, really bizarre. I really did not look cute. Like I was looking through old pictures. Like I found these two boxes. I just want to say our eyebrows were not.
I'm still trying to recover them. You can't see them because of my glasses.
I'm like over here putting like Latisse on mine, trying to get them to like grow it. For those of you out there who don't know, Michelle is my older sister.
Yeah, you have to like bring out the older.
Well, only by 16 months. So we're basically like twins.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about all things nostalgic. And normally what we're going to do on the show is ask people what they were like when they were teenagers, like something they were into that is kind of embarrassing now. But I feel like for you and I, we're going to take it to the next level because we have like shared brain. Like if we like listen to a song, we can like we do the same choreography out of nowhere. And it's like kind of creepy.
The same inside jokes about all the old songs from the 90s.
Yes. Do you remember going to Victoria's Secret? I don't know if you ever did this. We'd go to Victoria's Secret and we buy one of those like little teddy dresses, like those silky dress. It was like a short little lingerie dress. And then you wear like jeans under it. They were not meant to be.
I never really went with the lingerie thing. Like I bought tank tops that looked like it.
Like I literally went to Victoria's Secret and would buy like they were like meant to be like do a dance for your man in your room. And I would wear that like to school with jeans under it with like Frankenflop flip-flops. Like, you know, those like big giant rocket songs.
I used to only wear those.
Because I'm so short that like at concerts, if you wore Frankenflops, it would give you like a full like 4 inches over like whoever was next to you.
I mean, I just wore them because here in California, at least, well, in LA, they were really popular.
And then I remember I came home for Christmas one time and I was, of course, like, because in California in December, you can still wear flip-flops and it's totally fine. And I came home and mom was like, those are so ugly. I can't. And she threw them away, like without me knowing. So going through these photos and I pull out this photo and tell me if you remember this. It was at a bowling alley. And it was a picture of Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bryant was he was not. I mean, rest in peace, Kobe. We love you. But so he had just moved to LA like a couple years before that. He was still like a new Laker. And he was like a pretty hot thing. And we had this thing called the Kobe Bowl.
Bowl in Studio City, and now it's really close to my favorite ramen restaurant.
Oh, is it?
It's close to Virginia.
What was that bowling alley really called?
I don't know. It's not there anymore.
It's like something bowl. And it's across from a Ralph's. We parked in the Ralph's earlier in the day because this is what I remember about the story. We had my disgusting 1998 Dodge Neon. And it was
a red neon.
It was and I found a picture of this too. And I was just like, ugh, the worst car ever in the freaking world.
It had plastic bumpers.
Literally was the worst car ever. And it made it 10 years, like bless its soul, but literally everything broke. Like every month a different piece of that car would break and I hated it. But so we had that car and there was at some point, I don't remember when, but we parked at the Ralph's, we were in this line. And for people who did not ever go to these types of events when you were a teenager, people would like line up for like hours ahead of time. Like, I don't know if they still do this. I guess they do, where they like line up at the venue several hours before the event starts. Do you know anything?
Yes, but like we didn't actually go to that thing. We just were there because Nsync was going to be there.
Oh, right. None of the public could get in, but you were allowed to wait outside where there were like
fan you mean like other people would like wait at the fan barricades too.
So there were so they do this silly thing. I think now they like it's like ticketed. They make it all official. Where like not out of control. It used to be you just showed up. You would like we had this weird website. I don't remember what it was called. It was one website that would tell you where everything was filming and like on what day way and what corners of things. Do you remember that website?
Totally forgot about that.
And it would be like Hollywood and Vine, whatever nightclub is having a Teen People event. This is back when like Teen People was like an actual magazine. And like, so you would just show up, because I remember like, and to Michelle's credit, she was like really good at like figuring out where things were going on. Like I never knew, as I was just
really good at stalking.
Yeah, like I just sort of like would get in the car and be like, cool, yeah, whatever. Like I was the one that like once we got there, I would like talk my way in. But Michelle would be like, and we didn't have cell phones. We had like a Thomas guide to like figure out, and like a map how to figure out.
I know the streets of LA like the back of my hand now, though.
Even at 16, you were like, oh, it's on the corner of in San Fernando Valley. I know exactly where that is. Like me, I was like, where are we? Like, no idea. I'm still like that. Like, where? Like,
because mom and dad let me drive at a very young age. Just like, I'd be like, I want to go to Universal. They'd be like, all right, bye.
Yeah, me, they would be like, what time are you getting there? Who are you going with? Do any of your friends do drugs? Like, that was literally like...
The Kobe Bowl was a charity event that Kobe Bryant was putting on at a bowling alley in Studio City, and which is where David Dobrik lives now, by the way. And he was inviting other celebrities to be there. The reason we went was not for Kobe Bryant.
No.
We went because Nsync was supposed to be there as a guest.
Yes.
And we did not have tickets.
Charity. No.
Yeah, we did not have tickets.
Public people could not get in. Like, we could not go in. We could only like see them for the 5 minutes they got out of their car, waved at people, and then
we drove 45 minutes and stood outside for like 7 hours just so we could have a chance at seeing them.
Yes. Okay. Which is just sad to think about now. But I guess people still do this. Like, it's still the thing to like get
I don't know. I'm old. I don't care about anybody that much that I would wait that long for them.
My feet don't care about anybody that much anymore, because my feet can't take it, like being in line. Like, if I could go with like a lawn chair, I might do it. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, people who bring lawn chairs. So Kobe Bowl, there was an incident that was slightly illegal.
I don't want to admit what happened. What if they try to prosecute me?
We don't even have that car anymore. How would they prosecute you?
Here's what happened. We parked the neon somehow in the parking lot of the bowling alley.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened to the rest of Nsync. Like, legit, I don't even think we saw them, the other guys.
We only saw Justin Timberlake.
Timberlake get out and get into, and he was like walking to his car. So we booked it to that neon because we were like, we're gonna follow him.
We're gonna follow him to wherever.
This was a really bad idea. So his car was taking off, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta hurry up and catch up. So I pulled out of the parking space a little too fast and wasn't really like being careful, and I hit the car behind me that was parked.
No, it was not behind you. It was in front of us.
Well, I was pulling out of the space, and then I think I was like trying to like turn.
We were trying to turn, and we hit, and it was somebody's Escalade, which at the time was like the car to have.
I think I blocked it out because I was so traumatized by it.
And it was, I'm in the passenger seat, which is the side that it hit on, right? Because like the Escalade's here. This is the Escalade, and we're in this car, and Timberlake's going that way, and we're like, shit, hurry up, right? So we turn like this. And we go boom, and we nail that Escalade in the back, and it's parked, and there's nobody.
I think it was just like a corner of your car.
It was a corner, and
it wasn't like
you stop. I stop, and I look at you, and you go.
It was like a dead stop. Like it felt like a whole minute that I was just looking at you, like.
And I literally, and this is why it's completely my fault, because I just went, just go.
I was like, oh my god,
and you backed up, and we turned, and I remember looking at the back of it, and it had like a red smear from the neon where we had hit it.
Maybe that person with the Escalade has just been waiting for like 20 years and is like, someday I'm gonna find that red car.
The 1996 red neon.
It was like a freaking car chase. We were not the only ones following him.
No, there was like
a whole group.
There was a whole group of girls.
And I'm pretty sure I went like 95 on the freeway.
Oh my God. And it was, yeah.
And we went on, so we got on the 101. I'm going to sound like that Californians skit
The
right now.
101 to the
We went
105.
like this.
Take the 105 West and exit on Culver. When you see the Zanko chicken on the left, turn right.
We got on the 105 freeway, went through El Segundo to get to LAX, is where, because he was going to the airport.
Right. So we had to drive super fast because
I remember at the time I was like, what's the 105? Like I'd never been
I
on
had
that
never
freeway.
been on the 105 ever. Obviously, there's not time to park.
But also by this time, what time is it? Because by this time,
like 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
Yeah. Because like if you tried to go there like during normal hours, you would not be able to get around that curve.
And,
like LAX.
Yeah, no, you would not be able to like in a timely manner get
not,
close to Justin
not at
Timberlake.
high speeds. You would not be able to get around.
No, there was nobody around. It was empty. So it's like he must have been taking like a red eye or I don't know. Anyway, never thought about it back then. I
didn't actually know what was happening back
stopped the car, and now you couldn't do this either because September 11th happened and you can't like just stop.
We literally pulled over and she turned on the hazards. And I had this ridiculous camera that was like, it shot on film. If anybody knows what that is.
Oh my God.
Anymore.
Do you have a picture of this?
I found it. It's in the other room. So, and it's the only, I have to find it because like sidebar, I have like, you know, those flip books that you like put all your photos in, right?
Yeah.
So I have like, all the years that we stalked Nsync, it's like every photo, like the ones that were just them in concert, like on stage, are in like a different pile. But the ones that are like the stalking events are like.
I would like some copies of those because I have to
find it. I have to find it. I jumped out of the car. I am 15 years old. I don't really know how to be around.
She weighed like maybe 100 pounds too.
Maybe
like
100
skinny
pounds.
Chicken.
A skinny chicken for sure. So I get out of the car and I run after this man. Like, just
what did you think you were gonna do? Like, marry me?
I don't even remember thinking what I was gonna do. I think in my head I was like, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna ask him for a picture. Like that was the one thing that was like, I'm just gonna ask him if he can take a picture.
Reasonable.
So I'm like,
we just followed you in the car for like an hour.
Well, and I think he knew. Like, I think he knew he was being followed because I wasn't the only one chasing him. There were these like other random girls with me.
Yeah. There were like 5 cars that like were with
and
us
he had like 2 or 3 security guards with him. And I remember he had. Do you remember those backpacks from Gap that were like a one strap and it was like in the shape of a like weird
Didn't
triangle?
you have like a yellow one?
I had a yellow one that was like my concert bag. He had a black one. So anyways, I'm running after him. I'm running faster than I've ever run in PE, let's just say.
Because ran in PE.
I never ran in PE. And I was like,
you would hide behind the bleachers.
I would hide behind the bleachers and trick my teacher like this. I'm on my last lap. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
I run fast. I'm just
so bad.
I was always just trying to work the system. Like that was just like, because I don't know why, but I just felt like this need that I was born to be a VIP. Like that was just like,
I was born to be a VIP.
I think it's like the Leo in me.
No lines for me, thanks.
I just think that when you are a Leo, you just automatically assume that you should not have to wait in lines, that you should get special treatment. I ran after this man, which P.S. Justin Timberlake was not even my favorite Nsync member. Like JC was.
Neither of ours.
So like, and now we'll save this and we'll talk about our feelings on JT towards the end of this because I don't want to get into it right now.
Can you tell what mine are?
So I'm running after this man and I tap him on the shoulder and he turns around. I touched him and he turns around and I said, "Hi, my name's Angie. I was just wondering if I could get a photo." And his face literally was like the most disgust and disdain that I've ever seen because he was just like, now what, right? So his security guard, I don't know if I ever told you this. So his security guard kind of leans in and he's like, ma'am, which I'm like, ma'am at 15? Like, are you kidding me? He's like, ma'am.
Like, yes, Lonnie.
So his security guard was this very, very large man. He must have been 7 feet tall. Like
his name was Lonnie.
His name was Lonnie. And he literally leans in and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, we're running late for a flight." And I was just like, "Oh, okay." And so he turns around And he keeps walking. And I take a picture of the back of this fool's head because I was just like, I want proof that I was here and that this happened, right? Like, so I have the photo of the back of his head, his curly ramen noodle head. I run back to the car and you're like, what happened? And I don't even remember what I said to you, but I was just like, he's running late for a flight. I only got a picture of the back of his head. And you were like, you only got, like, you were mad that we had like driven this fast, put our lives in danger.
Well, we didn't know he was going to the airport.
Yes, we did. We thought maybe he was going to go to his house and we were going to be like
invited his hotel or
like we're going to be invited in for a cup of tea or something. I don't know what we thought. Don't know what we thought, but we really thought.
We didn't think.
So, but everybody at the time was all about.
JC was clearly
all about Justin Timberlake at the time.
The better
like, everybody was like, oh, Justin Timberlake is like, whatever. He's so talented. He's so cute. Me, whatever. And we were like, secretly, JC's the most talented one, but whatever.
We'll secretly.
But everyone thought, like, everyone was more obsessed with Timberlake. Like, they were just like wrongly obsessed with Justin.
I don't
Timberlake.
think any of our friends were, though. Nobody in like our friend group really liked him.
No, we had like an even spread of like the Joeys and the Lances and the like people like put up with Justin. I'm curious to know what star sign Timberlake is because like
he's an Aquarius.
Like you knew that in a second too. You
because his birthday is in January.
Oh my god, I don't even know when JC's birthday is. Like
August.
Oh my!
It's like August 7th or something.
So he's a Leo.
But he doesn't seem like a Leo.
He does not seem, he's not.
And Lance's birthday is like in May, and I don't know when Joey's birthday is or Chris's birthday.
But it's literally like.
Because Lance is a Taurus.
Stop right now. How do you know this? Like what? Who are you? Like this is weird.
Okay, I don't even know why I have this, but I do. Ready?
Which one is that? Who is it? Is it Joey? It's Chris Patrick. Bobblehead. Stop. Like
I don't know why I have this. I think it was the only one available. Yes, the only one I have.
Hey, Chris. Welcome to the show.
No strings attached. Bang, 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 bang. You don't remember?
No. Was there
something? You bought me the dumbest present out of nowhere.
Yes, I do remember.
So what is that thing called?
It's called Cameo. It's
okay,
called
so Cameo. It's a thing now. Like
probably
a lot more people are on it. But when it first started, of course, you found out about it somehow. And I'm taking a nap one day, and I get a phone call from you, and you're like, "Oh my God, check your email." Why?
I don't think I was that excited. I think I was trying to like play it cool. And I was like, hey, check your email. I sent you something.
Yeah. So I opened this email and it's a video.
Please tell me you still have him. Oh my God.
I do. I can still find it. It was Lance. And he's like, hey, Michelle, your sister was telling me how much you used to love Nsync and that you can still do all the dances.
Hey Michelle, it's Lance Bass. I've been talking to your sister, and I hear that y'all have been to Nsync concerts more than 40 times. Okay, that's nuts, but I have you beat. And I heard that you can still do the choreography from the songs. I can't, so yeah, you beat me on that one.
Just talking to me for like 2 minutes. He's like, I'm really sorry you couldn't go to the Nsync pop-up. Like, hopefully you can go one day and I'll go with you.
Okay, so I'm looking on Cameo right now. Chris Kirkpatrick is actually $100. Can you see this?
That's affordable.
He's $100. But then if you scroll down, you can get, so Joey Fatone is $200. And
Joey
and Lance Bass, guess how much Lance Bass is?
$500.
$249.
$249.
Like I kind of wanna. It's like, should we get Chris Kirkpatrick like while we're sitting here?
Oh my God, please.
So it also says typically responds in 4 hours. So
does that mean he's gonna send us a video at like 1 a.m.?
I mean, I guess.
Where does he live? Orlando?
Oh my God. And so guess what Joey's bio says? Can you read that? Hold on.
No, I can't.
It says, I am the fat one.
That's because that's what we used to always call him.
Yeah.
Everybody called him
It
that.
says, I am the fat one. So he's $200. Apparently, there's a chat for $2.99. Does that mean he's going to text me?
Will he talk on the phone?
Hold on, chat.
Will he be a guest on the podcast?
I'm gonna be like, if this is the real Joey, like, what's something that
blink twice?
What's one thing that only Joey Fatone would know? What is his brother's name and how does he say Nadstrom? I have no idea how this works, but look at this. Do we see the interface? It says, message me $2.99.
No.
You have 250 characters to ask a question, get advice, or whatever. Remember, there's no guarantee you'll get a response. What should we say? Hi, Joey. What's something embarrassing that only he would know? Because that's how we're going to know. We want to make sure this is really you by asking. Okay, what do we ask? By asking you, what is something that only Joey would know?
What hotel did you guys always stay in?
What hotel did you stay at in Beverly Hills?
What is it called?
L'Hermitage.
L'Hermitage.
Because I went there a few years ago for like a Jimmy Choo thing, and I was like, this is where Nsync stayed. Okay. Hi, Joey. This is Angie and Michelle, two of your oldest fans from LA, and we are currently recording a podcast about nostalgia. We want to make sure this is really you. What hotel did you always stay at in Beverly Hills while in Nsync? So I'm processing payment for $2.99, the cost of a coffee. We have sent this message to the fat one to see if he shall respond. Which we will say sometimes he looks at our stories on Instagram. Like sometimes he will like Thank you so much for joining us for hopefully not the last So Totally Nostalgic, because we're new to this. But if anybody has any requests about weird stories, we're pretty old and we've been to a lot of shows. And
we're very old.
And
we have a lot of random stories.
We're very old and decrepit, like Tales from the Crypt. Like
Crypt Keeper.
If you can't see me, I have that one strand of hair like the Crypt Keeper has that sticks out in the front, and he's like, like, you know. And on that note, please follow us at So Totally Nostalgic on Instagram, and we will see you soon.